Hello everybody, good morning, welcome back here to another video here on my channel. In today's video I'm gonna share with you how you can stabilize that beautiful footage that you make with your videos. Well, in this episode I'm gonna share with you how you can fix that using Davinci Resolve. Let's dive in. Don't also forget to subscribe to my channel here. I put the links here also below. And if you want to stay in contact and want to know more about me, I would say just check out all of these social media channels here. So let's dive in the main tutorial today. As you can see here, for this recording purposes, I already selected a couple of free videos that I picked online. And in this video, I want to share with you how you can make or how to accomplish in a simple manner to stabilize your footage or your video footage in using Davinci Resolve. As you can see here now today, we are already on our dashboard under Davinci Resolve. And I just selected 3 videos. And as you can see here, and before I do that, is one of the biggest mistakes that most video creators also make is, especially in the beginning when you're still learning, is that maybe for you will think that your own video footage looks awesome and great, and that's definitely true. But the more you are going to get into details about how you create your videos, or you want to increase your standard, or you want to create that more professional looking videos, it's very important because you have to take into consideration it's your audience that is going to watch your videos all over the place on YouTube. And you want to make sure that your videos, it's not only appealing and interested to your audience, but it's also fine and good to look at it. So without interruptions, without things happening in your videos, especially when it's a little bit shaky, that could annoy your audience. And that's something that you really want to avoid, especially the longer and the more you're going to create video content on your channel or during your streams. It's important that you already really understand the basics about how to stabilize your footage. Well, enough said. In this video then here I have selected 3 short clips, and it's all have to do with running. And the reason for that, because to be honest, I have gained a little bit more weight the last couple of months here because of staying more at home than instead of traveling around. And I think it would be a good subject by creating this video is also give a little bit motivation of me that I also have to get out there to jog or exercise more. Well, as you can see here, let me start with playing first the videos. As you can see here, the first video clip here is about a man running over the boulevard. Well, the first clip what I see here is, let me play back all the 3 clips so you have an idea what's happening. And I want to tell you a little bit on the details that you have to take pay attention to, so you have an idea what will happening while you're adjusting or stabilizing your video footage. Let's start with the first clip. As you can see here, the clip here doesn't look that bad at all, but if you notice a little bit, the person who is actually taking or recording the footage, he is actually running along with this guy, the person who is jogging in front of him. And especially in the corners, you can see here that with every step that he take, you see a little bit of bumping around of the video footage itself, especially in the corners. Or you take just you want to make sure when you want to adjust or stabilize your videos that you took a certain perspective in your video, a certain point, and usually it's in the corners, or just pick a random object which you can know, okay, that's an object that will stand there quite firmly, and with that you can make an adjustment to your videos and think, okay, does it look shaky or does it look quite stable? But you have to really play it continuous play it around, so you already have an idea, okay, this can definitely be improved a little bit more better. It's not bad at all, but we can do more about it. And let's go to the second video clip. As you can see, again, take notice about the corners here. It's not that bad at all, but you still see you can make some adjustments so people stay in the middle. And the third one here, this is quite obvious. You see the footage is wiggling a little bit to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. And that's something we're gonna adjust by using just a simple option in stabilization. In the past, it was like then you want to stabilize your video footage that you needed help from other software. But under Davinci Resolve, there are so many options on there that you can actually stabilize most of your footage with just 3 simple steps. Well, in case if you don't have stabilization on, you have to make sure under the inspector, then you choose inspector and you go to the option stabilization and you're gonna activate that. And the first button what you see here is stabilize. So that means you're gonna just choose one of your footages in this episode. And the first one is the perspective. You have the similarity and the translation. What it means by that is, let's see, put it like this here. With the mode of perspective mode, it will take everything. It will use your pan, it will use your zoom, it will use your dynamic zoom, your aspect ratio. It will use all of those different settings, extensive part of to adjust your video footages. And the second one is similarity. Similarity that says when it uses most of the settings of what you have under Davinci Resolve, but a more simplified way. And the last one, the translation, is the most basic settings what you can use to stabilize your videos. And first of all here, under that, the different modes, you have the camera lock and the zoom. If you put the camera lock off, I would recommend, for most of my own experience, is to put the camera lock off, especially if you're taking videos while you're walking or there's a lot of movement inside. You can use the option camera lock if you know that your footage that you use a stabilizer or you put it on a tripod or something like that. Then it's really better to put the camera lock on. But in most cases, when you stabilize your videos, you want to make sure, because to stabilize your videos, it needs a certain freedom or aspect that the machine can use to create that more stabilized footage for your videos. So always check the zoom option. And the cropping ratio here, in this case, it's actually all of these are quite standard. And what you're gonna do is then, let's put it in perspective again, is when you selected your videos, you just break the zoom, and the cropping ratio is how much you want to allow Davinci to crop your videos. And smooth, it has to do with, you want to make sure that your videos, it doesn't stutter a little bit, but it makes a good transition between all your dynamic zoom or the zoom options that Davinci will do, just to get a stable image or videos for your footage. And the third one is the amount of strengths that you want to be using that makes your footage more strung out. And I would advise you just to play around with these different settings, because every footage, sometimes it works by just using the perspective mode, but sometimes it was a little bit too much. So you want to make sure then you can choose similarity. And if you decide on, okay, it's still a little bit too much or it zooms in too much, then you use just the third mode option, and that is then translation. Well, let's start with the first one, and let me play it back a little bit. You know what? Let me start with the second one, because it's already buffered. As you can see here in the bottom corner here, you see a little going up and down, up and down. So this footage doesn't actually need that much of correction, but I want to give you an idea what will happening when you just press on stabilize, and we just take the first mode in this perspective, and we can just press on stabilize. And now it's going to analyze all the footages what you have there, the one that you selected, and we just let it play for a short while, and it goes quite smooth and fast. As you can see, it's a little bit better because it cropped a little bit more of the footage on the bottom, the sidewalks here, the gate. So you can notice that it's a little bit more zoomed in than before, but it looks quite good. than instead of in the beginning. It looks more stable, and you can focus. What you also can do is just focus on one person in the video itself and see if it goes ups and down, or if it remains in the same place, so you know that you're on the right way or not. And if I just keep my mouse here, you can see already what's happening. It tries to stabilize everything in the middle. And let's do the same with the third clip here, just to let it analyze a little bit more. And I'm gonna adjust the cropping ratio here as well. And I'm gonna press on stabilize. As you can see here, it goes much faster. That has to do because you're allowing to crop your videos in a large extent, especially with cropping ratio. For some reason, the value, if it's lower, actually it does more, and if you put a value much higher, it does much less. So you have to really play around to see what the results are while you're stabilizing your footage. It's already at 90% now, and actually it's the same length of videos, but maybe it has less information in it. We're gonna wait until everything is also optimized. All right, it's ready. Let's see the difference then. As you can see here, actually, well, with this footage, what I want to say is it looks good, because if you notice here, it's a man running or jogging on the beach itself. But especially if you want to take your audience with them in the moment, in the situation, or you want to your audience have the same experience as the actual man is jogging, that you see that the footage is a little bit more shaky, but also it gives the right movement in the video. It takes people more in that particular scene, instead of they just watching a video of somebody running on the beach and the footage is quite still. Especially you will see the same thing when you're watching a movie in war, when a soldier is running around on the battlefield. You often see that most of the videos are a little bit shaky to give that same effect, the same feeling about, okay, this is a man running around. And especially when you're using a certain amount of sound effects or background noise with shooting running around you, it involves also the audience who is watching that particular footage as well. So let me play it one more time. You have an idea. You see it bumps a little bit up and down, the same rhythm with the man who's jogging on the beach. And it's actually quite nice to see that. So that is actually in a nutshell how you can stabilize your footage using Davinci Resolve. And if you want to know more about it or have questions about how to stabilize your footage, you can always ask any questions below. And thank you very much for today. And don't forget also to follow me on my social media platforms here. And let's stay in touch, and looking forward to see you again in my next episode here on my channel on YouTube. Well, thank you very much, and stay focused, and God bless, and see you soon.